Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Russ back again with some more Madden 19 Ultimate Team. This is episode number 64. In the previous episode, we ended up losing our 6th House Rules game. It was tough, man. We went 5-0, lost our 6th game. It was to a pretty good opponent, man. You know, he played good. We ended up losing off of 5 field goals. Just boneheaded reads ended up giving the guy free points. He won 15-7. We got rejected on the goal line. It was bad. So you know what? A quick little story. I ended up playing, a couple more House Rules games kind of between the last episode and this one, and they did not last very long, and I figured, you know what? One last try. This is it, man. You know, this was really early in the morning. I was tired. I was trying to get some more games in, trying to get this pack before the event expired. So it was like 2 a.m. when I'm playing these games, and I'm like, you know what? One last run. I ended up losing a couple games before this, you know, a couple 1-2 game win streaks, and then just some rage quit, stuff like that. So this was the last real run I had of this House Rules event. This first game was something special. I will tell you that much, man. I made some bad reads. You will see them in this game. And the ending to this game was very, very interesting, to say the least. So you know what? Early in this game, man, 3rd and 9, we're just kind of passing. I don't know why, but I pass a ton in this game. I end up just being very pass happy. I'm pretty sure it was the fact that I was very out of it and just tired, that I was just trying to force rage quits and get these games over with pretty damn quickly. I mean, that was my goal. I was really trying to force rage quits, just trying to get the game done quickly. This game ends up going all the way to the end. So, I mean, my goal was definitely not achieved, man. But this dude, he did not start off that well on defense. You know, we end up kind of just moving the ball all the way down the field. We do end up punching it in with Franco Harris, and we do take our 7-0 lead very early in this game. So this guy does end up coming out on offense. He has Steve Young, who is a quarterback that I don't know if he plays all that well. I mean, I don't know if I'm ever really going to try him. I mean, it's kind of just, I don't know. I feel like every person has like a quarterback that they could say, oh, he's really, really good. You know, like Steve Young, or for me, it's Otto Graham. I think Otto Graham's really good. Not a ton of people use Otto. I'm not sure how many people use Steve Young. Just throw it at my man. Why the fuck not? Let's go. Bobby Wagner ends up starting this game off really well for us, or helping us continue starting this game off well, as we start with a really good touchdown drive, and then we get our user pick. But as I was saying, man, you know, just Otto Graham has played really well for us. I end up getting a new quarterback here soon, one that, you know, has a lot of value to us as well as the channel in general. And for those of you that saw the stream, you know who it is. And for those of you that didn't see the stream, well, you'll be a little bit surprised when we end up getting to those episodes. But right here, David Johnson, damn. We end up throwing a very bad pick, by the way. I said that I had some Stevies, some bad reads in this game. That was one of them. End up throwing a comeback on the right side of the field to Tyreek Hill. Was just not open. Wasn't open from the very beginning. Wasn't open at the end. It didn't matter, man. It was a pick all the way. Very bad read by me. We end up giving this guy a free possession, and he does end up getting 3 points out of it, man. You know, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, he does end up stalling, so we do end up holding him to a field goal, which I'm fine with. You know, honestly, like I said, with this dude coming out with Steve Young and stuff like that, I was a little bit worried about him maybe trying to scramble on the goal line, which I've gotten beat a couple of times on people trying to, you know, scramble with their quarterbacks on the goal line. Most of the time it's high points, though, so I don't know. But as I was saying about the quarterbacks, I think everybody has that one quarterback that plays really well for them. I know for a lot of people it's Vic. It's not that I refuse to use Vic. You know, I've been so against Vic. It's just because I like Mike Vick being a kind of a novelty card. You know, a card that maybe comes out later that is not easy to get. He's so easy to get this year. It just doesn't feel all that fun using the card that everybody else has. But, you know, let me know who your quarterback is, man. Who's the guy that you've rocked with for a while that's played really well? Like I said, my guy's Otto Graham. Not a ton of people use him. But he will be a guy that we either go back to or just continue to use, especially when his Ultimate Legend comes out. But this game, he is not looking so well. As a second ago, I did end up making my second horrible Stevie read of the game, and we end up giving this guy a second free possession, which he does again. Turn into points. You know, it is another 3 points. He does end up taking his field goal on 4th and 2. So, I mean, I'm fine with it, I guess. I mean, with the reads we've made, they could have been way worse. We could have given up 2 touchdowns, been down 14-7. But, you know, luckily this dude is not fantastic. You know, we're able to stop his offense pretty easily. Not really too worried about his running game or his pass game, honestly. Just his offense doesn't really worry me, you know, all that much. Don't mean to sound cocky. I never mean to sound cocky whenever I'm talking about my opponent. It's just the way I address the game. I mean, everybody has those things in their head that they're thinking about their opponent, but when you're a YouTuber and you got to commentate games, you got to say those things out loud. So you know what? I felt like I could beat this guy pretty easily. I felt like my offense was better than his. Felt like my defense was better than his. So going into the second half, we're up 1 point, and I know if I just get rid of the fucking dumb Stevie reads, we're fine. I mean, that's the bottom line, man. Without the 2 picks that we've thrown in this game, the guy has no field position, and he has not shown us that he can really move down the field. He's had a couple plays, but just not really anything that scared me. So you know what? Coming out in the second half, I'm thinking, let's just force him to pass. He obviously wanted to run the ball a bit in the first half, but, you know, with it me basically keying on the run at this point, I'm going to force him to pass. And, you know, coming out 3rd and 14, he kind of has to pass right there. He ends up eating a big hit from Sean Taylor, and that's exactly what we needed, man. Like I said, I was trying to get rage quits. That's honestly what I was trying to do. Or maybe I didn't mention that. If I didn't mention that, then I'm trying to get rage quits. We're trying to get out of these games as quick as possible. I'm pretty sure I did mention that, though. You know, obviously, early in the morning, this event is going to... When I'm playing these games, the event's going to expire in like 4 or 5 hours. So if I end up playing a bunch of full games, we're kind of screwed. Is right there, we do end up hitting Calvin Johnson on a nice high point, and that was money, man. You know, Calvin, he's a really good budget tight end, you know, straight up for catching. Obviously, run block, if you get him to run block, I've said it before, I don't know what you're doing. But, you know, for high points like that, he's perfect. You know, you really can't get any better as far as, you know, just budget type tight end than him. He catches pretty much everything. Just be worried about him taking hits, man. You know, Calvin at the tight end position can be very vulnerable to hits, but, you know, high points like that, that was money. So 14-6 in this game right now. You know, like I said, without our 2 bonehead reads and a couple of plays, it's easily, you know, could be 21-0 or more than that. As right there, Richard Sherman gets completely mossed, man. You know, it was going to take a play like that for this guy to get back into it. And sure enough, he ends up getting him, man. You know, whatever. I can't complain. It is what it is. Everybody gets that type of shit. And I left him in single coverage, and it was a pretty good receiver in Jerry Rice. So 3rd and 12. We end up playing this pretty damn well, man. He goes to the back of the end zone. We have B-Doc right there. We break it up, and we end up getting the pick with Nigel Bradham. Or so I thought. Well, I mean, we did get the pick, but they end up gifting him 2 points. No shit. They give him a fucking safety off of that. I don't know if you guys saw where he fucking landed. It was in the end zone. It was 100% in the end zone. I'm pretty sure I made the thumbnail for this video him being in the end zone. That is where he caught the ball. He caught the ball over the line. It's a touchback, man. They gift this man 2 points. He goes down the field off of really just one play. I mean, it was one play. He goes down the field. He's not put together a real drive all game long, man. His points have been gifted to him. Bad reads, great field position, 2 field goals, a fucking safety that was not a safety. Guaranteed that was not a safety. It's 3rd and 9. We do end up picking it off with Stephon Gilmore. But you will see what happens here in a few seconds. But I do got to praise Stephon Gilmore here for a minute. He's played so good for us recently, man. He's been very solid ever since we've had him. But he's been playing like lights out ever since I put him at that number 2 corner position. Right there, bounces off Calvin's back, and then 2nd and 10. What do? We go back to Calvin, and like I said, you got to watch the big hits with him, man. We eat one. We give him the ball back with 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. I feel like I can put this game away so easily, but we just can't, man. We can't. Everything earlier in this game is coming back to bite us. Our bad reads that gave him the free points have obviously kept him in this game. The safety has made it so if he somehow does score a touchdown, he can take a lead with the PAT. So right now, we're honestly in awe, considering I was also playing these games really early in the morning and super tired. I didn't know how to feel at this point, man. He ends up dotting me to the 4-yard line. That was a good play. That was his best play of the game, honestly. His best read. That was good. But 1st and goal, he does end up running with David Johnson, losing 6 yards. So that helps us a lot right there, getting him to the 15-yard line. 2nd and goal, dropping back with Steve Young, finds Rob Gronkowski, not the worst move in the world. Does eat a big hit, takes a couple yards, down to the 9-yard line. 3rd and goal, I make a mistake. He finds David Johnson in the end zone on the angle route. I miss the user. A bad user by me, man. I ran commit. It was a dumb run commit, man. Like, honestly, it was last second spur of the moment. For some reason, I decided to run commit. It doesn't work. We give up the touchdown. Somehow, we're down 15-14. It does not seem like we should be losing this game. But with 49 seconds left, what do? We dot him once. We're at the 45. We need 15 more yards, 20 more yards to be safe. And we find Doug Baldwin once again. The same play back-to-back. The dude had no idea how to cover it. I just used Playmaker. It's wide open twice. The second one was a little bit scarier, but the first one was wide open. I ran that play multiple times in this game. Just didn't really need to run it earlier, but obviously we were just trying to get into field goal range. The guy had no chance to cover it, and on 4th and 7 with 2 seconds left, we slow it down for dramatic effect, but it is up and good, man. 17-15, we do end up pulling out this hell game. This shouldn't have even been in this, but I don't even understand how this game ended up being 17-15. Like, for real, the guy never really had a drive, man. I mean, he really had one play. He had that deep shot that he ended up chucking up in Moss Richard Sherman. I mean, that ended up being the safety. And then, of course, later he had that post route that ultimately got him into position to score the touchdown. And the post route was good. That was a good read by him. But that was honestly his best play of the day, man. The guy did not do anything. We gifted him 6 points. EA gave him another 2. They made it so he could take the fucking field goal or take the PAT and, win, basically. And, even with that, he couldn't pull it out, man. So you know what? Ultimately, we end up getting the win. This is our first win of our next run. We do end up going on another decent run. Hopefully, we can just finish this shit off and get that pack for you guys. I really want to. I want to get that team of the year player, first of all, just for the squad, but of course for you guys. I know you guys love to see packs like that. Who doesn't, man? Who doesn't love to see team of the year packs, stuff like that? Want to make the team better. Obviously, there's multiple reasons why I want that pack. So you know what? I'm trying to get it. This is the last run at it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to look out for the next one. And as always, I'm out. Peace.